two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Into the secondary again. And down right around the 37. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Kamara trying again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Out is Lutz now for the New Orleans field goal attempt. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Throwing, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
At the Browns' 29-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll go draw here. Winston hands to Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Winston. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Jameis to throw it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 13. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
7, Saints 3. Joey Sly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
"51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense some...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he didn't make it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz,
his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
A 7-yard gain. And the Saints first down.
Play action now. Winston rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's,
They can't always account for individual effort defensively, and this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun, Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
21, Saints 9. Joey Sly is set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
To throw is Winston. Steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Trying. Get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Max 22, Max 22. Watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Play fake. Winston. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Saints 9.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
It's 3rd and 1.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Again, Kamara.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So that gets them a little closer, but clearly field goals are not going to be enough to win this game, at least not this deep into it.
Yeah, agreed if this were the 2nd quarter. But since we're in the 4th, still 2 scores down, the question would be, did the field goal do much for you? But we have to admit, from the time we've been calling these games, how fast we've seen teams play, there's still a possibility, right?
Madden moves in a hurry.
Yes, it does.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. Powers through him.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 5.
They run it again with Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. He's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I've never played.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Max 22, Max 22. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. I got you. Max 22, Max 22.
On 3rd down, Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
It got his man complete. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Wait. Hey, let's go.
Now Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And Kamara has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Mayfield on play action. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. One last shot now for Winston. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.